You don't realize when you're not fasting. Because when you're fasting, you realize the importance of these small things and small items that you don't think of. So, we're very proud and honored to have everyone here today at our iftar. And as I said, the small meaning, or you can say the basic meaning of Ramadan is love, respect, mercy, kindness, compassion, and also understanding the blessings we have. Thank you for joining us today, and Jazakallah.
I've seen him running like a headless chicken. So he has been serving the community, working endless hours, and the first General Secretary I would say I've seen who spent a lot of time in the masjid and trying his best to serve the community. So I'd like to invite our current General Secretary, Janab Nadeem Raza Saab, to come and open him.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, most gracious and most merciful. Peace be upon you, O Prophet, and the mercy of Allah and His blessings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. All respected authorities, honored guests, imams, whoever is here, alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are together as normally we have a routine having a iftar dinner every year, and this time his timings will change. We are a little bit late, but alhamdulillah we will try to take the timings for the speaks little bit. We will cut down on that one. And it's a privilege and honor to me to standing in front of you as General Secretary of Harrow Central Mosque. In 2023 I was here. I remember a lot of the faces. Gopal Baju, brother, is laughing, he is smiling, he was there that time as well. Today public iftar is not just a gathering to break over fasts. It's not break over fast, but time to strengthen the bonds that unite as a community. In Harrow Central Mosque, alhamdulillah, we every day, we have community downstairs, all different nationalities, all from different regions. They break their fast, 500 to 600 people. That is the strength of the community when they are here today. And last week we had the break fast from the children. They came with the Ustad Amar, 500 to 600 children in this madrasa. They did same sort of program. So every evening we having program, and for the madrasa we did the program as well. And this is for the normal public, for the public and our delegates, the people from the council, from the police. Harrow Central Mosque has always stood as more than the place of worship. This the main project for the masjid is for the community of Harrow, the Muslims of Harrow, to pray here. But at the moment, you all can see in the news, in the Facebook, on Facebook, in media, that Harrow Central Mosque is more than mosque, a community center. If you see, we're running here toddlers group, we're running here a youth club, we have the day for the elders, they come and they spend time in the masjid, and on top of that, in madrasa, we have children, they learn from in the mosque for the Quranic subjects, and on top of that, they learn how to communicate, how to go into the society. So we having all this type of the people who work in this community, and we work closely with Harrow Council, our members of Parliament. At the moment, we know that Gareth Thomas is a bit late, but he is the man. When he does the surgery, and when the people have their issues, they come once a month. He always come here and listen to people's problems. So we basically work with the council, with the parliament and the police department. Thanks to Zubal Writers here today. I remember when last time when there was a problem going on everywhere in the UK, the way he was running to the mosque, on one call his force was here, and the things were managed very nicely. Thank you to Zubal Writer. In our connection links with authorities is built on mutual respect, trust, and the shared commitments to the harmonious and thriving Harrow. Whether it's addressing social connections, ensuring public safety, or fostering dialogue, we stand together as partners in service to the Harrow community. As we break our fast, let us reflect on the power of unity, the value of cooperation, and the strength we gain when we work hand in hand for the common good. On behalf of the management, we pray that our collective efforts make our community more stronger, more safer, and more connected. This is the function of Harrow Central Mosque. On top of the worship, we as a community, we need to connect all over. If you come on Friday, you will see, you just name the country and the person will be there. When you see there are 3,000 to 4,000 people in the congregation on Friday, so it's very, very delightful seeing that day. Thank you all for being in Harrow Central Mosque. May this blessed month bring peace, prosperity, and understanding to us all. Amen. Now I will request our first guest to come and give his thoughts. I will ask Salim Chowdhury to come and have words with the community. Mayor of Harrow.
Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected Chair, distinguished guests, Leader of the Council, Deputy Leader, former Mayors, Councillors, Interfaith, Guruji, Managing Director, ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed members of the Harrow community and dear friends. It is my distinct honour to stand before you today at the Harrow Central Mosque, a vital pillar of our community. We gather here in the spirit of togetherness, reflection and celebration as we embrace the blessing of the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan is a time of profound significance for us Muslims around the world, a month of fasting, prayer and compassion. It represents our opportunity for spiritual growth and deepening our connections to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. During this sacred time, we are reminded of the importance of self-discipline, gratitude, and the imperative to support those who are less fortunate. As we observe the fast from dawn until sunset, we not only seek to purify ourselves, but also to foster empathy for those who experience hunger on a daily basis. This practice encourages us acts of kindness, generosity, and community service, values that resonate deeply within the fabric of our multicultural society here in Harrow. Our community is a tapestry woven with diverse cultures, faiths, and traditions. It is indeed this diversity that makes Harrow such a vibrant and inclusive place to live. Throughout history, our residents have come together to support one another, regardless of our background, especially during times of joy and reverence, such as Ramadan. I am proud to see our local residents of all faiths participating in Ramadan-related events, engaging interfaith dialogues, and coming together to share meals and goodwill. These efforts reflect the unity we strive for and the shared values of brotherhood, respect, and understanding that transcend our differences. As we break fast today, let us remember to do so with gratitude in our hearts and a commitment to contribute to the betterment of our community. Let us extend our hands in support of each other, ensuring that no one in Harrow feels isolated or alone. In closing, I'd like to extend my warmest wishes to you all. May this Ramadan bring peace, reflection, and joy to you and your loved ones. Thank you for the kind hospitality and kind invitation, for allowing me to be a part of this beautiful gathering. Thank you so much. Ramadan Mubarak. Assalamu.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Salim Chowdhury. Now, when we trustees work in the masjid, we have great people with us. In this hall, I can see the people who built this mosque. I can see a lot of faces who built this mosque. And there are people in this community, our ex-trustees, chairmen and general secretaries, Jahangir Bhai, and plenty of them with us. When they meet with us, when they see us, they smile, and when they guide us, that is a tonic to us. And one of the person who I'm going to invite, whenever I see him, he encourages us, and his guidance is everything to us. Now I would love to call our very popular chairman, ex-chairman Irfan Hussain to come and give his thoughts to the audience.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear respected guests, Mr. Mayor, Honorable Sheikh Dr. Faid M Said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be upon you all. Welcome to your mosque, and this is your mosque, the community's mosque. Wonderful to see you all here. I see lots of familiar faces here, some new, and some on their way. I was the chair of the Board of Trustees when we first opened the doors of this masjid to the public at around 2012. But as you know, this institute was established way before then, around 40 years ago. 40 years ago in the two semi-detached houses next door, which you were aware of. And as Nadeem mentioned, some of those, a couple of those original trustees are with us here today. I would call them the founding trustees of this institute. I remember the first public iftar we had here. The Met Police Commissioner, Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe, who is now Lord Hogan-Howe, and the Egyptian Olympic team. They joined us, and I believe some of you here were also present. So a really wonderful time, our first public iftar in the new masjid, which everyone really enjoyed. At that time, this was one of the largest Islamic institutes in Europe, and we quickly gained national recognition as a model mosque in the UK. Indeed, number 10 Downing Street, they invited us to do a presentation on our policies and procedures and on what made your mosque unique. We really appreciate your continued support from all the corners of the community, the councillors, the interfaith groups, the police, the government. And thank you once again for coming. I'll keep it short because I understand there are around 15 speakers after me. So we're not going to make it to Iftar, we'll make it to Isha, the evening prayer if I carry on. So I'll leave it there. Please enjoy the wonderful and warm hospitality of Harrow Central Mosque. And of course the 5-course meal, which is due. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Mr. Mayor, respected dignitaries, council officers, Superintendent and our leader of the council, I can see him there, and respected all the fellow councillors, and most of all, respected imams, particularly it was really to see you, Sheikh Faid. We miss you all around, so we would like to see you. As the time is very, very little, so I just would like to put some words of appreciation for our new chairman, Sheikh Faid M General Secretary. They have explained in the brief that during the last few months, the direction of this mosque has changed. There's a lot of activities now for the children, for the youth. If you come on Saturday, Sunday, this dome is full of small children, teenagers, playing different kind of games. And there's a lot of other activities, like scout activities. I mean, we've never seen these things in the mosque. And this new direction is really helping the community and bringing the community together. My appreciation for the new management is, I mean, beyond any recognition at the moment. Because the way, if you see 500 to 600 people coming for breaking the fast, 4,000 to 5,000 congregation for the small evening Tarawih prayers, and Jummah prayers, I always hear there's two congregations, there's about 2,500 congregation each time, and you can imagine to manage the crowd is really a lot of effort to take. And my also appreciation go to the lot of volunteers, which we are not seeing here. There's about hundreds of volunteers that are giving their time to serve the mosque. I pray that we continue like that, and this place, Harrow Central Mosque, become like a beacon of other mosques for the whole country. And my thanks to everybody again. I won't take more time. I need to speak on. But I was instructed not to go into the issues and everything. But inshallah, we will solve the issues like parking. It's the main problem. You know, Alex, we had a couple of meetings. We have to have a travel plan. The next door building need really rebuilding, demolish, and hopefully we'll have a pre-plan meeting with you and your host. And these are the small issues we need to sort out immediately, please. And thank you for coming. And thank you so much. Give me time to speak. And
hello, everyone. I will be very conscious of the time. I think there's now 13 speakers after me, so and we are literally in a race against the sun. So we have to finish at a certain time because obviously everyone wants to break their fast. I'm delighted to be here once again at Harrow Central Mosque, and to be with so many friends and colleagues. It's great to see so many friendly people here. I'm immensely proud of the role that this mosque plays within the community. It's great to hear of what's happening with the children and with scout groups and others. But it's really important that, to me, Harrow is such a diverse place. And some people look on that and they don't like it. To me, I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that Harrow has a sense that's not always there of people getting on together from different backgrounds, different religions, and different places of origin. Harrow is actually the most religious borough in London, which is not just one religion, but all the religions. People who actively go to worship, places of worship. And yet at the same time, we are one of the boroughs that people get on better with other people from different backgrounds. And I think that's something we should all be proud of. That isn't something that happens overnight. It isn't something that's easy. We saw, I was with Zubin when there were threats to the Muslim community with potential far-right people coming. I was in the control room and out on the street sometimes with Zubin, just making sure everything was safe. It's really important that we work hard to preserve what we got and to look after each other. I'm really proud to be here with you this Ramadan, this blessed mosque month even, and I look forward to breaking fast with you later on. Thank you all very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, it's great to be here representing the Labour group leader, Councillor David Perry, and the Labour group. I could see so many dignitaries turned up today. It's amazing. Our first citizen of this borough is here along with the leader of the council, deputy leader, and portfolio holder for community and culture, superintendent of police, and Alex, who is the managing director, Guruji, and all the rest of the councillors. It shows how much as a citizen or as an authority we are valuing each and every faith in this borough. As the leader said, this is the most diverse borough in the country, in Europe, and each and every community it is echoing. Each and every community lives side by side and give respect to one another. That is the beauty of Harrow. And talking about this Harrow Central Mosque, I couldn't believe how this is established since 1980. It was only a house as they have established the mosque in here in 1980s. and year on year is grown strength to strength. That is the beauty of our brothers and sisters community, I would say. You have been a role model for Harrow, because as a Muslim community in Harrow, you unite together and you work together and you achieve together. And this shows in I think 2011, which this the whole building is built with 5 floors, and not only that you build that with 5 floors, and you have cared about the local people with disabilities and who are vulnerable, elderly people. You try to install the lift for all of them as well. So this shows that how much you care about the local community. I'm sure we are with you. I think one of the speakers mentioned about going back to 2009, where the protesters about to come to this mosque to do the protest. And we as a community, each and every faith and each and every community united and right at the front to protect this mosque, which I am so proud. That is how we can achieve together as a borough, as a council, as a faith organization. I could see the faith organizations are doing so well in Harrow, along with the superintendent of police, who is also very closely working with our council. This is the beauty, and I would even say that when it's come to the Ramadan, it's 30 days. You could all see 18 days already gone. We only have got 12 days left. And don't let me speak or go on and on. So I would say that, what did you say? Happy Ramadan Mubarak. And I wish you all have a wonderful month all along. And this is the time for forgiving, sharing love, and uniting. You united the whole families together. Here, you united the whole communities together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We all need to serve in the community some type of education, but there are some people, some jobs they do need when you have some qualities built in. Alhamdulillah, we have teachers, we have imams, and the person who I'm going to call now, by nature, he's a teacher, and the way he is good with his staff, alhamdulillah, and when a child comes back to home, he says, Dad, I can see when my teacher is looking at me, I can see my dad is looking at me. He's so kind person. Now I love to call Ustad Muhammad Amir, Head of Education, Harrow Central Mosque.
To all our esteemed guests and respected community leaders, I'm deeply honored to stand before you today, and I wish to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to your dedication, service to our community, and your continued support for initiatives that uplift and empower our people. Today I'm here to mention how Ramadan and fasting is helping our community with their challenges, namely mental health and social well-being. And I look forward to sharing some of our community concerns from our students and parents who we meet and interact with on a daily basis. When discussing mental health and fasting, the following statistics of mental health are important for us to bear in mind. 1 in 4 people in the UK will experience mental health problems each year. 1 in 6 people report experiencing a common mental health problem in any given week in England. 10 million people are on antidepressants. We find ourselves in the midst of a mental health epidemic. In a study carried out in 2024, 37.1% of women and 29 0.9% of men in the UK reported high levels of anxiety. In 2023, a poll showed that 73% of UK adults had felt anxious at least sometimes in the previous 2 weeks. Often many of us have a strange sense of feeling that even though outwardly we had it so good, inwardly we are in turmoil. And we don't know who we are, what we are, or where we are going. We are floating in a sea of nothingness. We know that fasting is associated with positive mental health outcomes. Intermittent fasting, as they call it in the natural health industry, it is said that intermittent fasting releases serotonin and endorphins, and it represents a natural way for the brain to be. The human metabolism is not geared for the regular snacks and injections of continuous doses of sucrose that we inject in ourselves. We are oriented towards occasional healthy meals and far from the modern habit of grazing, and the brain is designed for that. As a result, when we are fasting, we go back to our ancestral people who would often go out a day without a meal, simply because they had to find an animal, then they had to hunt it down, then prepare it before they would eat it. Even something as simple as berries would require to be found in bushes before they can be consumed. And thus the brain is designed for the world in that way. It is healthy when something of that world remains in our lifetime. And when we get back to this world of fasting, we see the optimum functioning of not only the brain but the body and the soul. Fasting also challenges obesity, epidemic which we are currently in. In the modern world that we find ourselves in, we see more and more people who are clearly not just overweight, but clinically obese. In 2022-2023, a study showed that 64% of adults in England were estimated to be living with obesity, which is also associated with depression, not just because of self-image and body shaming, but due to the natural secretion of happiness enzymes and hormones which are suppressed due to our indulgence. Fasting also tackles loneliness. 3.9 million people are medically diagnosed with acute loneliness, a serious medical condition affecting 7.1% of the population. A lonely society caused by individualism produces loneliness. But Ramadan is a time for society to come together, to bring people together, meeting and embracing each other at the masjid. Many of the figures we've heard before, but I'll just repeat them to show the communal and social feeling that are expressed from amongst our congregation. With each daily prayer, we have around 100 people exchanging greetings and praying shoulder to shoulder, sharing ideas, thoughts, feelings, emotions with one another. Our supplementary school madrasa, which consists of 583 students, aging from 5 to 15-year-olds, students who came with their families to break their fast with us, showing them the importance of society and societal importance. And daily we have up to 600 to 800 people coming together to break their fast with in-house hot meals served with a vast array of men, women, children from all backgrounds coming together. Our evening prayers have around 2,000 people attending every evening, whilst our Friday prayers hold close to 5,000 people across 2 prayers. And going forward, we anticipate around 8 to 10,000 people across the 5 congregational prayers on the day of Eid, which marks the coming to the end of Ramadan. In addressing concerns at a national and local level, our communities need assurances. These are the sentiments that we hear from our people. With Islamophobia on the rise again, between 2023 and 2024, MAMA, the Measuring Anti-Muslim Attacks Organization, narrated that they received 10,719 cases of Islamophobia, out of which 9,604 were verified cases of anti-Muslim hate that were reported by British Muslims in the United Kingdom. Current fears include the continuity of the state of affairs of the NHS, the benefits for the disabled, and the 10,000 NHS jobs that are at stake as reported by the media recently. Our community is concerned with global events, in particular with the situation in Gaza and the West Bank. These are real-time concerns for our community, and I hope they get addressed in due course. And finally, Ramadan is a time of great hope. In times of great trials, adversity and calamities, coming together gives a sense of togetherness in times of fear and adversity. Global news showing massacres and real-time genocide taking place are leaving people distraught, heartbroken and helpless. But this is a great time for prayer and supplication, to come together and remind each other of having trust in God. I hope and pray that we can come together to reflect on the spiritual awakening Ramadan brings and continue to work together to resolve the issues and the plights of our communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jazakallah khair. What a beautiful speech that was. I'm sure you all agree. In a very short time frame, he has covered everything. And that's the knowledge which we all need. Now, I understand by this time, I think we should be calling Gareth Thomas, but that shows we are running well behind. So I request you all, there are dates on the table. So once the fast is open, let all the speakers finish their speeches, because we are extremely important guests sitting, especially on this desk, and we would like to hear from them. And we still have respected our Sheikh Faid to come and say a few words of wisdom. Now, before I invite our respected chairman of Harrow Central Mosque, I'd like to invite Brother Ramzan, who is taking care of our mortuary, the funeral services, where we all gonna go, our final destination. And currently, he is also in charge of the iftar opening downstairs. So where the people are between 400 and 700 on a daily basis, opening the fast, he has been managing very well with our brother trustees, Varsi Sahab, and brother Naveed, I think he's sitting somewhere. So they have been doing fantastic job. So I'd like to ask Brother Ramzan to come and say a few words.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most mercy. Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon you. There's a delay in the mic and it's not letting me speak as I ought to. It's truly an honor to stand here before you tonight as we gather here at Harrow Central Mosque for this special iftar, a moment of unity, reflection and togetherness. As a funeral director, my role often places me in moments of grief and loss. But tonight is a celebration of community, of shared values and of the bridges that connect us all, regardless of faith and or background. I would like to extend my warmest welcome to our esteemed guests from Harrow Council, our neighbours, friends, colleagues from different faiths and walks of life. A special acknowledgement to our mosque trustees, community leaders and the incredible volunteers who have worked very hard, tirelessly to bring us all together today. Your presence here tonight is a testament to the spirit of unity that defines our Borough of Harrow. Ramadan is a sacred month for Muslims, a time of fasting, reflection and heightened devotion. But beyond its religious significance, Ramadan carries a universal message: the importance of self-discipline, gratitude, and above all, compassion. When we break our fast at sunset, we are reminded of those who go without food, not by choice, but by circumstance. It teaches us empathy and the responsibility we have towards our neighbors, our community, and the wider society. And that is why this evening is so important. It reflects the shared human values that unite us: kindness, generosity, and the power of coming together. Regardless of our beliefs, our cultures, or our backgrounds, we are all bound by our common humanity. Harrow Central Mosque has always been more than a place of worship. It's a center for community service, a hub for charity, and a safe space for dialogue and understanding. Whether it's offering food to those in need, supporting families during difficult times, or opening its doors to our neighbors, our mosque stands as a symbol of unity. As a funeral director, I have witnessed firsthand how faith and community support people through life's most challenging moments. And just as we stand together in times of grief, we also stand together in moments of joy. Like tonight, where we share a meal as one family. I could go on, but I think there's others behind me. So I'll cut it off there. But just to say thank you everyone for coming, and it's most appreciated.
Jazakumullah khair, Ramzan bhai. His actual name is Ramzan, and that's how we call it Ramzan. I mean Ramadan we say it in English. And he's also the treasurer of Harrow Central Mosque. If anybody got any outstanding invoices, please do see him afterwards. So I request you again, when is the time to open the fast? We will maybe take a break for 1 minute to open the fast with the dates. Then we'll continue with the speeches. I would like to hear all the important people sitting on my right hand side. Now I'd like to, before I invite our respected chairman, Sheikh Ahmed, most of them have known him. I have known him as one of the most humble guy. Even when he's angry, he's very humble. And he has been in the committees for many years. Well before I came into the committee for several years, Nadeem Bhai came. If I understand sometime, he was at the background as the treasurer, and by profession he's a chartered accountant. And he has been working with Brother Nadeem and all the rest of the trustees. Wonderful projects, which I'm going to let him say, so I don't repeat. So I'd like to invite on our respected chairman, Janab Sheikh M Said.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected elders, dear guests, dear Mayor Salim, I have known him for many years. All the councillors, Chief Superintendent, Zubin Writer, all the friends, especially our Imam Hafiz Akram, Faisal, and all the guests, friends, volunteers. There's not much left for me to say really. Everybody has spoken. I just want to touch upon a few things very quickly as a bullet point. When this mosque was built, the makeup of the community was very different than what we have today. It's much more diverse, as many speakers touched upon, and we need to address that. For example, our youth are attending in much bigger numbers, so we need to find a way of communicating with them to bring them to the mosque. Our youth projects for the girls and for the boys, this is an effort to that. During COVID, I remember we used to do this befriending service, basically helping people, elderly people with their medicine, with their shopping, to talk to them, to take care of them. Inshallah, we want to do that sort of thing again. Every household has got a boy or a girl working to find a life partner. So we want to start a matrimonial service project. We want to help people find a house around our area. We want to help the elderly to have some active time in the mosque. This mosque is serving as a, basically our education department is really concentrating on basic Islamic studies for 3 to 15-year-old. But my vision, inshallah, with the assistance of our community, our vision is to establish a full-blown faith school in this area and leading to the Islamic University. And I have been encouraged hugely by my respected Sheikh Faid M Said, and we have got many other things like opportunities for training for young people to increase their employability. We have got a huge library with 10-12 computers. We can offer training on softwares and things like that. Many things that can be beneficial, not just for the Muslims, for the community at large. So those are the things community needs, we are trying to focus on, and I could go on hours and hours talking about the thoughts that and plans that we have, but time is very short. Before wasting any more time, I would like to request my Honorable Sheikh Dr. Faid M Said to come on the stage and say a few words. And I'm really honored that he has taken this trouble to travel a long way to come here. Jazakallah.
الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I think our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaches us to be grateful. So I'm very grateful to this beautiful community, to this very masjid. It is beautiful to come back again. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve this community and this masjid. And subhanallah, something that makes it is very humbling. This community even being now in Central Mosque. Many people they say you are turning this masjid to Harrow people. So it is very beautiful community and they deserve the best. And also I could see my brother Nadeem, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him, Nadeem Farouqi. Been working together, so bless him, Ahmed Akhunzada, all my brothers and my sisters. I wanted to say two things. One is, Ramadan is a symbol of forgiveness and purity of the heart. And our Prophet ﷺ says, if someone does not change his habit, they don't control whether their actions or whatever comes out of their mouth, Allah doesn't need them to suffer and to be hungry. So my first message to myself, to all my brothers, my sisters is to have the spirit of this month. And the second thing I wanted to say is, I used to say this to my brothers when I was here, and I say this now, and I say it as well to my brother trustees as well. You are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has trusted you and honored you by making you servant of the house of Allah. This is a big honor. Big, massive honor. And in the Quran, Allah tells us that Allah instructed Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam to clean the house of Allah. You all agree with me that Prophet Ibrahim was greater than anyone who was coming to the masjid. But because serving is an honor, Allah made Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Ismail to be servant. So service is an honor, and it is a great honor. And subhanAllah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for you. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you worthy of this. And inshallah, in this community deserves the best. And the last message I wanted to say is, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 8, the best achievement that we can do is uniting people. And to put our effort in uniting our community. And if I have to say, the youth are the treasure of this community, and it's a very young community. And please put youth forward. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.
He has forgotten he has to continue with the meeting. I think he's feeling hungry. So when is the fast time, if you can pause and maybe invite our professor or from Open Mosque. It's 12 past 6.
Okay, we have still got a few minutes, and I'm really very honored that Chief Superintendent Jubain is here with us. I would like to request him to come and say a few words. He has been, and his whole team has been very, very supportive, and we have a lot of projects that we want to work together. Zubin Laita.
I'm super conscious, so I'll be really quick. Firstly, thank you very much for inviting us here today. Every time myself and my officers come to this mosque, we get such a very warm welcome. And I'd like to thank you, especially over the last 6 months, the work that we've done together, building that relationship between the police and your community has been absolutely second to none. But that's something we see across the whole of Harrow. Earlier we heard from the leader of our council, Councillor Osborne, who spoke about the challenging time period we had back in August. I was new in post, I didn't know anyone. I had tremendous support from yourself as leader of council and our amazing managing director, Alex. But I didn't actually know anyone. I knew our interfaith group, and that was about it. That was from a previous encounter. I was overwhelmed with the amount of support I got from all our communities, all our religious groups. Earlier councillors will mention how well we live together, how we respect each other, and none more so than from what I've seen from Harrow Central Mosque. So much so that I remember at a town hall meeting that Councillor Osborne kindly hosted for myself to alleviate concerns that the community were worried about there, and their concerns, their fears really. I remember, and I'm not sure if you remember this, Tefel, but you put your hand on my shoulder, and I'm not much of a public speaker, as you can see, and I had a little wave in my arms. I said, "Don't worry, we stand with you." And it was so calming, it made me feel really overwhelmed. It was wonderful that we had so many of our interfaith group here today. And what do we see? Not a single arrest in Harrow. We saw it all around the country. Not one. The amazing work that our council did, the community and hearts and minds approach that my officers took. But a lot of that was also the messages that you shared within all of your communities, and that was essential. We're really, really lucky to be part of such a community that cares about one another, and long may that continue. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you, Zubin. Very humble as he is always. Now, we've still got a few minutes. I think I would like to request our dear friend, Managing Director of Harrow Council, Alex Dewsnap, to say a few words, please.
Thank you. How much time do I have? 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So I'll take 5. Yeah. Okay. So it's always a privilege to receive the invitation from yourselves. So thank you very much for that, and a privilege to attend this great event every Ramadan. I'll keep it very brief, and there's a lot of feedback. It's quite disconcerting. So I'll try to tip you through it. So a lot has been said about the diversity of Harrow and the strength that diversity brings to the borough. I guess what I just add from what the local authority's responsibility is, what my responsibility is in terms of ensuring that as an organisation of over 2,000 employees, we are working towards all of the great outcomes we're trying to deliver, is if there's any problems, if there are any issues, we should always be here to try and support dialogue, conversation, and to work through any of those particular issues. You mentioned earlier about parking and other things that you want to try and achieve as the mosque. Nothing is impossible, but at the same time, the things that we will achieve will be through dialogue and good conversation as to how we deliver that. So I look forward to those conversations coming on. Now, the only other thing I would just say is that I see Gareth has arrived, so on that basis, would you like him to speak before, which I will then very quickly shoot off to the right, or shall we take a pause now, and then you guys can break fast, and we'll continue after?
Sorry about the rush. Now, almost time for breaking the first. I would request our Imam Hafiz comes up to make dua.
Thank you very much, the Imam of Harrow Central Mosque. I welcome you all, Councillor, police, and distinguished guests. And this is the time for prayer and big dua, prayer for all those who are suffering around the world, and special prayer for peace in this Harrow and our diverse community. So for prayer, we always raise hand and we ask God. Ameen. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, wa al-Muttaqeen, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulih Sayyidul Mursaleen. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all and all those who are working for community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them blessing in this dunya and akhirah. اللهم إنا لك صمت وبك آمنت وعليك توكلت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. بسم الله.
We are going to have to pray.
I saw the give Harrow. Your dad, let me give salam to him.
Are you your local councillors or through the mosque or direct to me, and we'll always be very, very happy to listen and see what we can do to help. Ultimately, our job is to try and make the best borough that we can, and that for the lives of everybody here who live in Harrow, the best that they can be. So on that basis, I will hand back to Tahail and bid you enjoy the breaking of your fast.
Thank you. Now I would like to call our dear friend, our local MP, Gareth Thomas, who has really taken extraordinary leave to come here, to be here on time. But he has been with us, with the Harrow Mosque community, thick and thin, always. Our dear friend Gareth Thomas, MP for our local area. So
Assalamu alaikum. I apologise for being late to the beginning. I think you've had about 16 speeches so far, so you won't mind a 45-minute, 17th speech, I hope. Tavail, is that right? Excellent. Well, it's lovely to be back in the mosque, and in particular to be in the sort of penthouse apartment part of the mosque, and to see friends who I've known a long time in this great community. We're in difficult times as a country and difficult times internationally, and so it's great to be able to take a moment out to break fast together and to see family and community coming together to celebrate the very best of us. I know that when I come to the mosque, I always get lots of casework and work and homework to take away, and I look forward to that being the case this evening. I know there are big challenges for the mosque in terms of the development of the area around here, and I look forward to the chance to continue those conversations with you, Tavail, and the community more generally. But I recognise the oldest truth of all, that any politician getting in the way of people eating their food and their meal is a recipe for career suicide. So if you don't mind, Tavail, I'm going to stop at that point and just say thanks very much for the opportunity to come this evening to break fast with you all, and I look forward to continuing the conversations with the community going forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gareth. One thing I know about Gareth is, regardless of whether he's an MP or not an MP, whether it's a Labour government or not, he has always been there for the public. So we are very grateful to him. We go a long way. I've seen Gareth running in the nappies, and so I've known him for very long. So now children are our future. And it's very important that there are right people in the local authority as well as in the religious authority to guide them to the right path, and they are there for their guidance. Now I'd like to invite a very nice, humble, one of the nicest person I have come across, the Director of Children's Services, Paramjit Chahal.
I'm going to try and be really quick. First of all, thank you for inviting me here today. You've reminded me of how far we've come together as a community. I remember as a child not having anywhere to pray and having to beg, well, my parents had to beg for a school hall to be able to practice their faith. I am the product of my parents and the community investing in me. Ramadan reminds me of the traits the values I hold and how I lead children's services, which is by humility, kindness, and always remembering those that need help and support. And Alex just talked about the importance of the local authority being here to help you. And I clearly can't use a mic. Just to say, I'm the head of Children's Services, so that is education, schools, and you'll hear from my director, and also children at risk and in need of protection. We are here to keep families together, to do what we can to support you. So please use us, and I'm always here to listen and to do my very best. So I don't want to slow your eating your food, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Paramjit, and that's all thanks to Alex introducing such a lovely lady. And I have another lovely lady. Obviously, like I said, the education is our future. I'd like to call upon Emma Hawkins, who is the Director of Education. Another nice lady Alex has introduced. Thank you, Alex, and I'll wait for Emma to come. And please, all those who likes to start eating, by all means, head towards the food and start eating.
Hi everyone, I'm going to grab the mic. So in this blessed month of Ramadan, we reflect on the importance of knowledge and lives. Education's not just about academics, it's a pathway to empowering, understanding, and it bridges gaps and fosters tolerance and opens opportunities for everyone. As we break fast together, let's remember the transformative power of education. It enables us to build stronger communities, uplift those in need, and empowers the next generation. Thank you.
Yes,
I would like to request someone very special. She is one of the most achieving woman solicitor who has established her business and has been awarded with many awards. She is a patron of a very famous charity in Pakistan, which is called Page. They are working towards helping the young women in Pakistan, and it's a great charity work she does. The beautiful syrup that we are having today, drink, is from her company. She has donated all this, Inshallah Moctology, and I would like to request her to come on the stage and say a few words. That means you will eat a little bit later, but we want to hear from you. Rehana Chaudhary, who is the wife of our beloved friend Jahangir Aslam Chaudhary, ex-General Secretary. Sister Rehana Chaudhary, please.
Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Kareem. This was totally unplanned. I wasn't expected to be here. I'd just like to say thank you everyone being here. It's great that we have so many faiths present, and the unity within Harrow, I think, should continue. Thank you very much.
One of our key community leaders. Very honored to have Dr. Nizar Nirali from Salam Center. He said he was going to be late, but he was very much on time. And every occasion we have like this, he always speaks a few words, and I would like to request him to say a few words. And after that, I would like to request our Ilyas Khan Sahab to say a few words. Ilyas Khan Sahab is also one of the very founders of this mosque, and many of his friends and colleagues from that time are here. I would like to request after Dr. Mizali, Ilyas Khan Sahab to say a few words.
My colleagues in Islam and in humanity, Salaam Alaikum, peace be upon you all. I would particularly thank the present committee, Tufail and Raza and others, for giving me this opportunity to just say a few words. I'm as hungry as all of you are, and I want to stay on that line as quickly as I can. But I think my colleagues like Qureshi Sahib, who is sitting there, Ilyas Sahib, who is sitting there, Zamfar Ali, whom we have all known, Tufail, Raza, we have all known Maulana. We have all known each other for a long time, and thank you for giving this opportunity. I just simply want to say, Alhamdulillah, we have got this wonderful mosque. It is really going from strength to strength, and you can see the activities as they keep on increasing. Parallel to this, there is another Muslim building that is coming up, slowly rising, but certainly rising, called the Salam Center. It's at Station Road in North Harrow. It is going to be a community center, state-of-the-art center, open to all, and I mean open to all. Everyone here is welcome, and every community that you represent, every member of that community in Harrow is welcome. Thank you. So, it has reached a stage where we have done the 2 floors of the basement, we have done the 3 floors above the ground. Those of you who have driven through North Harrow would have observed the building. Now we need to try and fit internally as quickly as possible. It has been a struggle, it has been a hard struggle, I must confess, and we continue to struggle. But the moment we have sufficient funds, we'll at least fit out 1 floor of the building. And I hope, where is Alex? I hope that he will give me the support to move in. I've been telling him for the last 10 years maybe, but hopefully once we have 1 floor fitted and it's fit for, and it passes the building regs and health and safety, please allow us to move in. And I think the moment we move in, hopefully people will feel donating even more to finish the rest of the floors. I won't take any more time. I just want to please reiterate, this Salam Center belongs to all of us here. It doesn't belong to one community, it belongs to the community of Harrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marelli, a very well-known figure in Harrow community. I know him last 15 years, mashallah. He's really working for the community. Now I will love to call someone whenever we need some suggestions, some help regarding to the mosque. The founder member of Harrow Central Mosque. I can see 4 or 5 faces here. But first I will call Ilyas Khan Sahab to come and have conversation with your community. Ilyas Khan Sahab.
Thank you very much. My name is Muhammad Ilyas Khan. I'm the one who started number 36 in 1985 with the political help of EU as our MP from the Tory side. And the Tory government was here locally as well. And they all helped us quite a lot. I'm very thankful to that. After that, when we were doing and we were having some difficulties, the people were coming in big numbers and we didn't have any. So we got the next door, number 38. And again in planning commission and this thing, they helped us quite a lot. And then that thing was getting too small for us, so we came forward. At that time, the Labour Party was in power. Tony McNulty and Gareth Thomas, they were the 2 MPs. And they were always here if you call them at midnight, any time. So they were coming here. And I'm very thankful to them. Coming now, making it a bit quick. When we got this place, especially one person who was the leader of the party, Labour Party, and he is sitting right here, and he helped us quite a lot. And he went out of the way, and he helped us, and nobody believed that he will do it. But he did, and I'm very, very much thankful to him. And now we are here, you can see it. I don't want to go into more details of this thing, but I am very thankful to the Labour Party, Tory parties, and all those MPs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ilyas Khan Sahab. That concludes our speech sessions, and I would request everybody to join the queue for the food.